Hello my friends, welcome back to the Mordor campaign. I have some bad news. The mood is dour. First and foremost, I forgot to mention the possibility of a night attack when I was worrying about this battle last episode. But that's secondary to what I want to tell you. So I was really excited to set up this battle because it meant that I had 7,500 orcs, uruks, trolls, goblins, skinks and skaven and everything. I had every sort of who's it and what's it in this army ready to capture Talsier, to slay some elves. I think it's roughly 4,500 elves, I think. Just over 5,000 elves. And actually, in fact, I have 11,000 elves. So this was going to be a massive battle. You can already tell by the way I'm speaking that this is not going to happen. Essentially, the problem here is there is no way for me to... This is such a massive battle. There is... I don't use that phrase lightly. I don't use the phrase massive battles lightly because I'm really averse to that whole trend. But this battle in particular is so massive, there's no way for me to there's no way for me to fight this battle in a satisfactory manner. I tried it multiple times. The first time I just said fuck it and I threw 11,000 orcs at 5,000 elves and it didn't go well. I got 5 frames per second, won the battle with a huge amount of casualties. Too many casualties because controlling the AI at 5 frames per second, the AI allies, it was horrendous. So you know what, I decided I'm going to leave out Captain Grishnak, I'm going to leave out Captain Gorhur, it's just going to be me and Gazbag. And I actually used a memory editor to run Medieval 2 at 75% the speed, and that allowed me to get 20 frames per second. But still, controlling the AI assistant was horrible, and not only that, maybe I'm misremembering how Medieval 2 works, but essentially what happened is I rushed into the city quite easily because the walls fell very quickly to this catapult. I think the walls to Talsier took maybe 2 volleys, 2.5, 3 volleys, and there was a hole. So I just busted the walls. There were no defenses because all of these elves under Captain Eraisuthian, perhaps that's his name, they were all in the courtyard, so I just busted the walls. I rushed to the other gates. There's 3 gates in total. I captured all of them. And then I ordered Gazbag to enter the city. And what happened is the elven reinforcements, they just walked to the gates, and the gates opened. I captured them. I had the notifications. You have captured a building. The elves just wandered in and slaughtered my men. I was hoping to force them into a choke point. I could defend the walls. Basically, I would turn the siege assault into a siege defense. But unfortunately, it didn't happen the way I envisioned, and it was very frustrating. And even so, it was at 20 frames per second, so I figured, you know what? Well, here's the thing. If I'm running the program at 75% the speed, the sound, the audio is still playing at 100% of the speed, but the game is playing at 75% of the speed, if you catch my drift. So the audio and the video would have been really bizarre. So I just figured, you know what, I will commentate over a replay, but that wasn't, it didn't look good. In that the battle itself sucked, and I hated it. So our only option to really put an end to Talsier is to attempt a night attack. So 8,000 orcs are going to kill 700 elves, and more than that, we're going to auto-resolve it. Which is really depressing. I really wanted to fight this battle, I really did. I'm very disappointed that I was unable to throw 11,000 orc bodies at a mass army of literally 7,000 elves. Or, what was it? It was just over 5,000 elves, my mistake. So at the very least, what we can do, though, is fight some more night battles and tear these armies apart. The only issue here is I am pretty open to attack, but I think we need to tear these elves apart before we end the turn. So maybe, just maybe, we'll fight a battle against Sidian, perhaps? I really don't want to because I don't have any cavalry, so maybe if I grab... who is it? Hormarath. If I leave the siege equipment in the city and maybe go for Kilmian. Like, we can pick this army apart, is what I'm saying. We did take 400-something casualties in this army. So we're gonna have to bring up reinforcements from the army outside. I don't actually... I don't have the units. Okay, there we go. There we go. So I can fight 2 battles here, maybe even 3, and destroy these elves in a night battle. Essentially, it will be a string of night battles, which, I mean, it's very fitting in the lore that the orcs would do this, in my opinion. The question is, will the elves retreat, or will they stay? Well, we're not gonna find out, because apparently I can't leave the city with Hormarath. Okay, that's a thing. Alright, well. Huh. Can I grab Hormarath himself? Weird. Hormarath himself can... Okay, here's what we need to do. We need to put him outside. Like so. And then attack. There it is. And now we have a battle set up against Captain Kilmian. I don't think we need to do this on camera, though. It's going to be a pretty simple battle. I don't want to auto-resolve, obviously, because it's going to be pretty horrendous. But I feel that if I do it on the map, on the battle map manually, it may end up alright. Possibly. It's a lot of light troops, a lot of catapults. I don't know. We'll have to find out. I'll see you in just a moment. Alright, I was able to wipe out 85% of those troops. He's now retreated to Lond Angren. Yeah, he's got very little. Unfortunately, he still has that catapult, though, which I would have preferred to run down. But unfortunately, Hormarath of Deer is the only unit in the army that is really able to run down troops. I want to attack Glendaugian now. I just need some more garbage tier units. Well, any units will do, actually. Let's see. I took some casualties in the Maulers. That's just fine. Let's bring... Huh, can I merge... The Orc Band? Sure can. I can bring up this unit as well. So essentially I lost a lot of Orc Band, and then I took minimal casualties and everything else, aside from, I think my archers got hit by catapult fire and whatnot, but we're basically up to snuff again. But I think I want... Well, I don't really need much of anything here. Let's take a look at Glendaugian and what he has. Now, this is going to be a tougher nut to crack, I think. The last army was mostly bow Quendi, sword Quendi, etc. This one has nobles. It has Glendaugian himself, who is in a unit of Aldorinwe nobles. Not only that, he has a few tough units and a lot of siege equipment. But I think I can do much the same as I did in the last battle. And again, I'll see you guys in just a minute. And I think after we come back, we'll have Gazbag take on Captain Sidian. And then we will have destroyed the elven force around Talsier. And we can look elsewhere. I think Lond Angren is a target for Gazbag. We'll have Hormarath stay in Talsier. And for the time being, maybe he'll just hole up there. We'll have to advance north, I think. But yeah, like I said, I'll fight this battle and I'll see you guys in just a minute. And again, another victory. We destroyed 90% of those elves. We lost like 700 orcs, roughly a quarter of our army. Now I understand this is not the most engaging, not the most... I mean, it would be best if I could show every single battle, but it would just take far too long. If anything, this is progress. This is truly progress in the campaign, so that's why I'm more comfortable just straight up auto-resolving or fighting these battles off camera. I don't need to fight every single one on screen, but we have one more battle to go. Man, there are very few elves returning to Lond Angren, and there's about to be even less. We'll have Gazbag take on Captain Sidian here, who has, unfortunately, a unit of cavalry, a few pieces of siege equipment, but I'm fairly certain... Well, I was hoping we could take Hormrath himself and put him in that army, but it looks like it's gonna have to be Gazbag. We do have the Olaghai. They may be able to... Oh, interesting. Are we unable to fight battles here? Really? Oh no, there we go. Okay, we can attempt a night battle. Hold on. Yes, I can indeed grab Hormrath himself. Let's switch out a unit. Actually, let's just switch out Gazbag. Can we do that? Really? Give me one of these. Come on. What the fuck? What is going on here? Gazbag. Oh, I see. He can't move. None of these units have the movement to leave the army. Well, it's gonna be Gazbag and Gazbag alone. Hopefully we have more than enough shitty troops in all of these armies to forge something that is more than capable of capturing and holding Lond Angren and advancing north towards Lond Dare, which is a large city of the elves. Looks to be pretty weakly defended at the moment. And there are some half stacks in the vicinity, but I don't know if it's anything to worry about. Let's just get these guys situated. Like so we have some better vision. There we are. Well, I suppose before we do that, let's just take a quick look at Talsier. If there's anything for us to destroy. I'm sure there is like a master sculptor's workshop. What the fuck is this? 3,000 gold for that. Knight stables we can get rid of 1,600. And we have a history guild. Of course we can get rid of that for 1,300 as well, and council chambers will leave. And eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to build a fucking shrine here, but not for many a year. Look at this shit. We're still short 9,000 gold after all these battles, after having captured Talsier. But that's enough for me. I'll just destroy this army here with Gazbag, and I'm probably gonna see ya with the next turn, and we could... Oh my god, you guys seeing that? There's like a graphical bug on the right edge of the screen. Oh, it's like the nothing from the Neverending Story. Anyway, as I said, I'm gonna take out Sidian. I may even just let these assholes show up. Nah, I'll do a night battle. Alright, you guys, I'll see you in just a moment. And we're back outside of Talsier. Gazbag was able to kill 700 elves, but 1,000 ran away. This is the problem when facing elves and you don't have any fast units. You can surround them and break them, but for the most part they're skirmishing, they're running away, and well, the vast majority of this army was able to flee, even the siege equipment. So from now on, I think, in field battles at the very least, I need Hormrath of Deer, who is now a Lord of Terror, to take part in those battles. So maybe I'll send Hormrath towards Lond Angren, because he's gonna have to deal with these guys in the field. And I'll leave gas bag in Talsier. And, well, first of all, I need to sort out these two armies, and then I need to send them on their merry ways. I think Gazbag, though... Shit, this is a tough one. Maybe I'll leave him in Talsier, capture Lond Angren with Hormorath, and cannibalize that army to then push into Lond Dare. That shouldn't take too many turns, like... Let's see. 2 turns to arrive there and capture it on the second turn. And then maybe another 2 turns to get to Londare. I don't want to send Gazbag out in the field alone, because if I attack these armies, it's going to be very ineffectual, and I'm only throwing lives away, and I'm not getting any results, is my problem. So I would like to, yeah, spearhead the assault with Hormorath, and then have Gazbag bring up the rear. But I'll sort that off. I'll sort that out. Or rather, off camera. Truthfully, I have no idea how long this video is anymore. All I know is that I've been recording for an hour. And once this comes out in the edit, I don't know, it could be 10 minutes for all I know. What I do know is that we have a candidate for adoption by the name of Nagmaz, and he has been accepted. Look at that. He is in Arnak, and he is not a great general, so maybe we'll send... Well, actually, we'll keep him around, because we may need to garrison some cities once we start taking them. I've got 2 units of Olaghai in Lagaf's army. Shit, I'm just thinking, I may have the same issue with Harad. Although the large majority of Harad's army is going to be infantry, whereas in the Elven armies, it's archers who try to skirmish away. Not only that, they're quicker than my troops on foot. It's very fucking annoying. So maybe this isn't such an issue, but anyway, I have 2 units of Olaghai in his army, and I'm thinking I might want to give one over to... who is it? Our good friend Uvatha the Horseman. He has a bunch of Uruks, but he could certainly use a unit of Olaghai as well. We'll give him the lesser armored one. And Lagaf the Fetcher is gonna chill around Pelargir. Like so. And I'll sort him out eventually as well. I think he has a few slots left open for units, and I'll pick and choose from Pelargir. All of our units have arrived in Eminarnen, and we now have a small army for Ufzag the Obedient. More than enough, I think, to capture Tirith. Now, Uvatha is still, looks to me like 4 turns away from Arnak. His equipment, on the other hand, is many, many moons away. That's just fine. It's not going to be a while until we need those. We have an agent detected in Dale, which is perfect. Let's see. He's been executed, of course. Another agent in... just outside Dane's Halls. He's been killed as well. So what's happened is King Bard has advanced on Dale, just as I mentioned, and now what we can do is a night attack on King Bard. We can kill him outright and then besiege and starve out Dale as much as we wish, essentially. I can grab Yagor to help me. He'll assist me in this battle. I just need to make sure that I don't leave Esgaroth undermanned. So I'm gonna grab 2 units of Orc Band. I could do this off camera. When we come back next episode, I'm gonna have Yagor right behind King Bard. And my hope is that the 2 armies combined will smash the ever-loving shit out of King Bard, kill him, and as I said, we'll besiege Dale. I should mention as well, over in the west we have starved out the armies in Hormorath's Folly, and now Hanar, a Dwarven Lord, is arriving in order to, I suppose, relieve the troops that are there, but of course we own Hormorath's Folly now. Not an issue. We also own Framsburg quite readily. And we're doing really well against the dwarves, that's for sure. We've got Dawn Death, the Mad now, marching. I guess we'll have to destroy Captain Loney in the field. Huh. Do we need artillery? Yeah. I think what we'll do is remove one of these orc archers. Like so. We'll put the artillery in Dawn Death's army. And we'll fight this battle at some point as well. And then we can advance on Dane's Halls, basically unopposed. And once we've done that, I think all that's left is for us to capture Erebor. And we can probably get a ceasefire with the dwarves for now. Azanu Limbar Doom, rather, is pretty heavily defended. Again, it's Captain Buren, the motherfucker. Riverrun is actually not happy at the moment. I think there was a spy who did some shit. I think he maybe got everyone riled up, and we'll have to somehow send some more garrison units over there. I'm not confident. I'm not confident it's not going to rebel very quickly. Q stalled, as always. Yes. Lunluck is a troll captain. Or he has a troll captain. I hope he's not a troll captain. He should be an Uruk, hopefully. And our relations with Run are good, which is excellent because they are going to be our only ally for the foreseeable future. Our last our last stop on the line to hell is the army of Imladris, which is still besieging the city. And then we've got Ren the Unclean marching to capture Gundabad. Once we capture Gundabad, that will be a great staging ground to march west against Litash, which is apparently the dwarven capital, as well as Karn Doom, which is a citadel. A motherfucking citadel. Ooh. Now, Imladris is still 5 turns away from surrender. I am more than happy to leave this until like the last turn or two. I really don't want to have to fuck with the elves if I can avoid it. Now, in the mountain fort, we are garrisoning Biakuaz. We were concerned about Arnor, but at the very least, these can serve as reinforcements for the inevitable battle that Okori Hill is going to be fighting. Eventually, we'll have to recruit / retrain the units in Amangastal. Dol is basically a backwater at this point. All the action is going to be happening in... I don't know. I would very much like to retrain these spiders as well at some point. For 0 gold coins. Come on, let me do it. We'll have to recapture Thranduil's halls as well. Those fucking pesky dwarves. The motherfucking dwarves ruined my day. Now, we're still marching Sauron towards Edoras. Eventually, I would like to start forming a small army in Dunharrow, as I mentioned. And that's basically all we're doing this episode. As far as I'm aware, there's not a single battle on camera. And that's just fine in my opinion. We gotta speed up this campaign. We only have 109 turns remaining, and in videos, that's like 300 videos. I can't have that. I can't have part 450 of my Mordor campaign, alright? So this is gonna be... I'm trying to be more speedy, I'm conscious of it, just FYI. Anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, when we come back, we'll probably destroy Dale, and if we have any additional time, we will take on Captain Loney. Actually, I may just do that off camera, and then when we come back, I will have besieged Dane's Halls, which I could probably even capture off camera as well, since I have siege equipment there. At the very least, I want to kill King Bard on camera. And I think Dale possibly has a custom settlement, so we'll check that out as well. But we'll be starving the men there, at the very least, for a couple more turns, much like we are doing in Imladris. And we will attack, maybe turn 2, I don't know. Anyway, everyone, things are looking great. I'm very happy, as you ought to be as well, I guess, on behalf of me. I don't know what I'm saying. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment. Always appreciated. And as always, my name is Incoherence. You guys are fucking awesome. And I will see you all later.